I'm Dana.
And I'm Kristen.
Welcome to our podcast,
Mismatched.
We are two moms from completely different walks of life
who discovered friendship where least expected.
This is our space to share, connect, and try to survive this crazy thing we call life. Whatever you are doing,
or wherever you are headed, take Mismatched along for the ride. Hey, Dana.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great. Couple things real quick before I forget.
I know what you're going to say.
What?
We need to reshoot our intro?
Well, yeah, that's like the third thing, but yes.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I was going to say. I don't like our intro.
It's okay.
But now that I said it, everyone's going to be like, oh, I don't like your intro either.
Yeah, let us know if you like this.
Okay, so a couple things. One is, I think I like shooting it
at the house. It's fun.
I don't think we should go back to that.
I think we're just going to be here.
Yeah, this is our new spot.
It's much more convenient when I forget to, eat or I need a drink.
Right.
Or
I just like it here
if
better.
I need something to cook dinner, I can just get it out of the cupboard.
I don't think I like being there for anything. Tom and I were talking about it yesterday. Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Whatever. Know who's going to say,
I know, I'm going to get a big old I told you so from Bill, because he was the one that from day one was like, you are not going to like this. And he is right. Because I'm more productive when I'm just here and I can just run and do my work. It's easier. Yeah. There's no question. But the other thing
was closer to me,
which is obviously more important. I was like, dude, it's 5 minutes away, but that 5 minutes
adds up.
When you don't want to, if it's nighttime and I'm like, I don't feel like going live. If I'm just have to run in the other room, yeah. I'll still do it.
It's like when your kids forget something at school. Oh, it's only 7 minutes away.
But it's a big difference.
When you make the trip 5 times a day.
You hate them for that, yes. Yeah. The other thing I was going to say.
Nobody else experiences that.
Everyone experiences that. Every mother knows exactly every mother knows that feeling that, oh my God, I love you so much, but I cannot tell you how much I dislike you right in this moment.
Right.
Every mother feels that. The other thing I was going to tell you is I still cannot get over how much taller your torso is. Looking at this screen right here.
I have a very long torso.
I am cracking up because I am not a short person, but I look like this little tiny thing.
I am long torsoed.
I'm like this.
I'd rather be of good legs. See, I'd trade you. I wish I could stretch my legs an inch because then
height-wise, I think that we're exactly the same. But I cannot get over how much smaller I look. I kind of like it. I love it. I never get to be the petite one.
I'm not very petite. I've never been petite.
I know, neither have I. And this is great. I'm like this little tiny.
You can see the video, and I can't even see the video.
Here, look.
I'm sure we're entertaining.
Mm-hmm. See?
Anyways, we've had a really big week. I mean, obviously, one week isn't big for us, but we had a day
crazy
that was really fun.
Sorry, we went out. Camera went out for a sec, but
it was actually something big for me to watch you, and then something bigger for you to come along with me. So it was 2 big events, but we flip-flopped.
Literally the craziest day of my entire life.
So Dana had her surgery.
I did.
And you have Crohn's.
Mm-hmm.
And so, many illnesses, they have your ribbon, right?
Yes, you have breast cancer has a pink ribbon or...
How did that all get started,
I really don't know where those came from. And I don't know what... I think breast cancer is just a well-known one. I feel badly saying that because
It's very...
it's prominent. But, I don't know, what other ones are. But for irritable bowel diseases or colitis, Crohn's, whatever.
Wait, do you have irritable bowel too?
Okay, so people get them confused. Irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, is not the same as irritable bowel disease, IBD.
Oh, okay.
So irritable bowel disease is Crohn's. Crohn's disease is a form of an IBD. They are 2 different things, but people think they're not.
And I also didn't realize in your surgery that when they removed your intestines, they cut the Crohn's out of your body. We were discussing this. Right now, you're Crohn's
at this
free
point in my life, I don't have Crohn's, but it is an autoimmune disorder, so it
regenerates it.
Correct. It will regenerate it.
Crazy.
Exactly.
I didn't know that either.
Exactly. At some point, it will come back because it's an autoimmune disorder. So at some point, your body assumes that your intestines are a foreign object, and at some point, your body's going to fight them and say, no, they shouldn't be here. But yes, your intestines should be there.
Right.
So it's just the way autoimmune works.
Interesting.
But so I've really, so the ribbon or the color for Crohn's disease is purple. And my husband has tattoos. My brother has a tattoo. My brother-in-law has a tattoo. My sister-in-law has a tattoo. I've always wanted a tattoo.
Wait, your sister-in-law? Which one?
Kayla, not Katie.
Oh, I was going to say, there's no way.
No. Katie would never have a tattoo.
Neither would I.
I know you wouldn't. No, I know. There's nothing wrong with tattoos without tattoos,
frankly,
but
tattoo is very attractive.
Yeah. So
My husband doesn't have a tattoo.
No, it's kind of ironic. But
he's attractive because he's a farmer.
Like, I don't even know how to respond to that comment. Regardless, I've been wanting one forever, and the only reason I never got one had nothing to do with pain. It truly was just, I never was like committed to like one thing that I liked enough. I was like, I don't want that on my body for the rest of my life. You don't like Tom
enough to get a tattoo?
I would never, ever, ever put a person's name on my body. I don't even know that I want my kid's name on my body because I don't know that I like them enough. I'm joking. I love them all. I would put my kids' names on my body, but I would never put a significant other's name on my body. You just never know where life will take you. So, I mean, it could be covered up, I guess, but you just never know.
Anything can be covered up.
Anything can be covered up.
That's what I've learned.
But I personally rock on if you have your spouse's name on your body somewhere. I probably would not do that because Tom's a good guy, but I just don't know where this is going. So
that's so sad.
I'm joking. It's not my jam. It's not my jam.
I just wouldn't. I love Bill, but I wouldn't like. It's nothing.
Look at where your life has taken you. Like you just don't know.
So yeah, I'm pretty fairly confident in my relationship. But what would I want Bill? Like where would I put it? Why would I put Tom
like right across my boob? Like I don't know. Like I just wouldn't want it. It's
like,
not necessary.
Across my chest.
I actually, to be very honest with you, love the idea of the wedding ring.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I love the idea of that.
It would have been a whole lot cheaper.
I probably would have been a lot cheaper. However,
Johnny the jeweler wouldn't have liked you all as much.
No, I mean, instead of an actual ring, I love the idea of that. However, again, like, what if something happens? Like, you have it on your arm or something, you could cover it up. That to cover up, like, it's still a wedding ring there. You know what I mean? Unless you get, like, your whole finger tattooed. I don't know. Whatever.
Your finger inked?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Whatever. So, anyways, I've always wanted a tattoo. I never knew my placement, and I never knew what I wanted. So probably about 6 months ago, I found a tattoo that I really, really wanted, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, oh, if I ever get a tattoo, this is what I'm going to get. And then, and it had to do with Crohn's disease. And then when I found out I had to have surgery, I told Tom, I said, as soon as I'm done with all of this, I am going to get this tattoo. And so the other day,
I haven't told Jane that you got a tattoo yet.
Well, I posted it on Facebook, so she probably
she's probably seen it. Everybody at the market knows you have a tattoo. They're like, how's Dana? I'm like, the tattoo or the surgery?
Oh my gosh. So I went and I got a tattoo the other day. So on Sunday, it was kind of spur of the moment.
It was supposed to be Monday.
It was supposed to be Monday. And the guy that I went to is like an old friend of Tom's. Like Tom has known him for 20 years. He did his tattoos literally 20 years ago. And he texted me Saturday night and he said, hey, I have a cancellation on Sunday. Any chance you're free? And I actually wasn't free because I was supposed to be working in an outside event. We woke up. It was raining. I couldn't work the event. It was like all meant to be. So I texted him back Sunday morning. I said, hey, I'm free. He said, come on down. Come on down. So I called Kristen. I said, do you want to come with me?
I'm like, well, yeah, because I've always wanted to see someone get a tattoo.
I think she just wanted to see me in pain, you guys. I do not think.
That was part of it.
I do not think
that didn't happen. And I have to tell you, we talk about Sugar and Falls a lot. If you come to Northeast Ohio, everybody on video, you need to watch the video today.
You have to watch the video so you can see it. It says resilience, and it's written in like almost like a cursive. And the L is looped like a ribbon, and it's written in black, but the L is purple. Like the Crohn's ribbon. So
I mean, tattoos are an art. I mean, I must say, like the guy was
pretty
impressive.
cool.
I mean, I documented everything, including his nose hairs, I think, because I was so close to him.
He was probably like, oh my gosh, like
he's
she's
like,
super close.
Don't ever bring that lady back with you again.
So it's still covered in like
the
the plastic. That's why it looks like
Falls,
that.
And it's not like a.
It's not like a tattoo studio. It's not like what you would think
but you know, like a part of that like intrigues me, like that like rough and tough. Like,
yeah, it definitely doesn't look like. It looks like a yoga studio.
It looks like a yoga / spa. Like it's very nice. I mean, it's in Sugar and Falls. There's nothing that nice in Sugar and Falls.
Sure.
Maybe like it's a no shoe zone. So you have to take your shoes off, and
it's very comfortable.
He has a pretty like chase couch.
Yes.
And the guy's kind of cute, and he has like
I think I might have a little crush
family.
on him.
I think you do.
Yeah.
But yesterday at the market, we're discussing this with one of our friends, Kelly, who does our eyebrows.
Yes.
And her whole family goes to him too.
Yes. So
they're going back.
Yeah, I talked to her yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I talked to her.
She did my eyebrows
I know
yesterday.
she did, actually. She told me she was doing your eyebrows. She's doing mine tomorrow, actually. And we were talking, and she's like, I heard you went to Speed. And I was like, yeah. So Ryan Speed is his name, and I strongly
the
recommend.
studio's called Speed?
Well, his name is Ryan Speed. His last name is Speed. But I highly recommend, like, if anybody wants his information.
It was so sanitary. Like, all the things that would make me wonder, like, it's really nice.
I'm quite confident. But we know we have, Kelly and I, like, have friends from many years ago, and that's kind of, like, that group of friends is how we met.
Okay.
Yes. And so, but we've all... Everyone that we knew kind of like went through this circle, and so I was like the only one.
I don't ever know anyone around here, so when someone comes into the market that I know, I get very excited. In fact, a friend of mine came into the market yesterday morning, and she does. Actually, she has a page called Mommy Anchor, and she's a news anchor. Jamie was in, and so I'm like, I get so excited when she comes in because we love to talk about the kids and just the fall and the things like that. Her children are adorable, and so I said, I get so excited when I know someone who comes into the market because I never know anyone.
But year after year, you're like getting more and more acclimated, don't you feel?
Sure. For sure, but I still don't have these like long lasting roots,
like the roots,
here.
yeah.
So maybe eventually someday I will. And one of our other customers came in. He's like, I saw Campbell in the band. She plays the flute. And I'm like, how in the world did you ever pick her out of all the flutes?
Especially because we couldn't really figure out who she was in the band.
It's uniform.
We were like, is that her? Like,
yeah. It's interesting. Anyway, so the tattoo
so
really
we went,
fun.
we did the tattoo.
Dana was not in pain.
Christian was disappointed because I just laid there. It didn't really hurt.
You didn't flinch.
I did not flinch.
We'll post some pictures. I mean, he did a great job.
Yeah, I think it's probably where I got it. That I don't think I was
now at all. It doesn't hurt because he says it's healed when it doesn't hurt. I did notice. Remember when he said it when it gets a little foggy in there?
Yeah, it's like right
running,
in there. It's getting
really
a little.
running.
It's just like he said. It's like your plasma, like healing or something. It's not really doing anything. So
yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't hurt.
Exciting. So that was the first event of the day. And then the second big event, I'm like, well, if I go with you, can you like do me a big favor and can you come to the Wayne County Fair with me? Mm-hmm. And she's like, the Wayne County Fair? One of the largest junior fairs in the state of Ohio, a real rural country farm fair. And it's very, very well known for being one of the best fairs in the state of Ohio. And so Dana got to truck along.
So I thought... She said it exactly how she just said it now. Will you come with me to the Wayne County Fair?
For the sheep bleed.
Well, that's what she said. I said, of course. You just came with me to get a tattoo. I'm thinking I'm going for a ride in the car.
That would be so boring.
I thought, that's what friends do. You like take a ride with someone.
An hour and 20 minutes which by the way,
which would keep you company.
It's only like 57 miles away. It took us an hour and 20 minutes.
But I'm just saying that you would go with someone and keep them company. So I assumed
that's nice, but that would be too boring.
That was what I was doing. I was misled. That was not what I was doing there. Now I'm prefacing this with saying I don't mind what I did in the end, but that was not what I was told I was doing.
You knew before you left.
Yes, but initially,
commit, and then I'm like, okay, so we're actually judging the lead.
It was a bait and switch. It was a bait and switch.
We got paid big dollars. Not big dollars.
It was not big dollars, and I also didn't even know we were getting paid. I
committed
honestly. Before I knew we were getting
for
paid.
A good friend of ours who is actually Olivia Reinsmith, who is a former Ohio Lamb and Wool Queen, and she's on the Ohio State University livestock judging team, and she was headed west to Minnesota, and they had scheduled this like after she'd committed, so of course we filled in for her, and it was very fun. I'm like, Dana, when we judge this, it's going to be like, we're going to want to leave right away. Because we don't want the people to be like, why didn't you pick my
I feel that we need to explain. So
yeah, you tell what this is.
Okay, so
because your perception of what this is.
Because I had no idea. And
you did a little because Campbell does it.
No, and that's what's interesting is in all of the times that you guys have said that she's doing lead line, I've never understood what this was.
And you never asked me what it was?
Sometimes I feel like if I just nod, it makes more sense.
I'll stop talking about it.
Well, it'll go away. Yeah. So lead line in this situation, I don't really know. And then, okay. So basically these girls of different ages, boys too actually, which that was another thing I didn't know, are wearing wool. It's all about the sheep industry, and you're wearing wool. Some of it is handmade or it can be store-bought, which I also didn't know, which I kind of feel like It should be handmade, but whatever. That's my
And it's
personal
only 50%
opinion.
wool in their county. Normally, it's supposed to be over 85 or 90% wool. Usually,
Yeah, so there's like
you want
rules
100%
to that.
outfit.
But so it's kind of like, think of it like a fashion show,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they have to make these adorable wool outfits.
It's a wool promotion.
And they are leading, like this literally never occurred to me in the words lead line. They are leading their sheep while
Around the
wearing
ring.
these adorable wool outfits around the ring. I had no idea, you guys. Okay, all the years that they have told me that Campbell has done lead line, I'm like, I don't know what that means. But
So it's the purpose is to show the before
Whatever.
on the animal, the sheep, the wool on the animal, and then what that wool gets turned into, which
right, which is a beautiful outfit. Exactly. So now that I know what it is, super cool. Totally loved it. Thought it was awesome. But it's really great because it ranges from littles that, I mean, were younger than, like, my Joey is 7. There were littles younger than that.
Campbell had been doing it since she was 3.
To women who, you know, had grandchildren that were participating. I mean, truly of all ages. And there was even a gentleman that was, I think his daughters were doing it as well. So
She had the outfit that we loved. We just wanted to restyle a little bit.
yes, so there were like some things that I thought were really, really cool. So it was great because like I got to be there because I love fashion and I love to, you know, be a part of that kind of stuff. And, you know, Kristen obviously has her sheep background. And so, and she does actually, even though I won't admit it, she sometimes has a good fashion sense. Sometimes she wears very questionable items.
So here's the thing about my questionable items. Usually you end up liking the said questionable item on me.
I still don't like those pants.
Which pants?
There's 2 pairs of pants I don't like.
The ones I wear all the time.
Yes,
You
I
don't like
don't
those?
them.
They're very comfortable. They're like my work pants.
Like, you wear them all
It's my
the
work
time.
uniform. They're from anthropology.
It's
and
just
they're really
because something
comfortable.
is from anthropology doesn't make it a win. Okay? This is like when you're like, oh, well, it's expensive, so it must be good.
It wasn't. It was on clearance.
And that's fine, but I'm just saying, like, that's that theory that, like, if something's expensive,
That's
it
not
must
my
be
theory.
better. No, but I'm just saying people have that theory.
People do.
And that's not
Everything
the
in
case.
anthropology is not okay to wear. But usually the items that I suggest.
Those pants,
are good.
for example. So, anyways, whatever.
I'm going to wear them. What do you work next? I'm going to wear them on that day. I'm
Please
going to
don't.
see you.
I think I work Monday. So,
Monday it is.
anyway.
It actually matches
It
like 3 or 4
was-
of the Patterson's new T-shirts that we have coming out. So I
dear
can wear
Lord.
it every day of the week. It's
Please
like
don't.
Bill's uniform.
Please don't. So it was a super cool experience. I am really glad that I got to go, but there is no joke. When you are done, like I wanted to get the junks out of there because I was like, holy cow, like I thought I was gonna like really make some parents angry. Because
hard.
you're like, there's these adorable little kids, and you're like, well, why didn't you pick my kid?
Or
Why didn't
the
you pick my
outfit's
kid?
perfect and the sheep doesn't lead.
Well, okay, so that's what I was gonna say. That's what I didn't understand, like in the whole lead line thing. Like I didn't really understand the whole concept. Like this one girl, I hurt for her because her outfit was so good, and this sheep was being such a little stinker.
For sure.
The sheep was literally like bucking. I mean, I don't
It
know
was
what
little.
the word
It was
was.
the Shetland, which are very tiny.
I don't know what
It's
that
a little
means.
breed of sheep. It's very little.
It
And
was the
just
cutest little sheep,
it
to be
was-
honest with you, but it was
did not want to be there.
it was being a jerk. And this poor girl looked adorable, and she was smiling and making eye contact the whole
Doesn't
time.
your face hurt when you have to smile at all these
Oh,
kids?
yes, and I'm trying to smile at these kids so that they're not like the first little girl
so
was so
terrified.
scared and so nervous. So I'm trying to smile at her. By the end, my face just hurt. I was like, I don't want to smile at these people anymore, but I did. But I felt so bad, so I asked Kristen. I was like, "Can we still make that girl win, even because her outfit was so good, even though her sheep was a jerk?" And she's like, "No, because the whole purpose is that you are like leading
The
the
package.
sheep, right? Like it's the whole package." So I was like, "Well, that kind of stinks because like she
Yeah.
loses because her sheep is a jerk. Like that kind of sucks." But
It does. It's a competition.
yeah, so I didn't really understand lead line in general, and now I understand it, and I have a better appreciation for it, and I enjoyed it. So we had a heck of a day.
It was a big day.
It was
from
a big day,
tattoos to fair.
and I feel that Sunday truly encompassed our friendship, our mismatched
diversity.
friendship all over, from tattoos
It
to
was very
fairs.
nice. Meanwhile, the guys all stayed home and ate dinner with all the kids, leftovers.
They
Tom
ate
wanted to eat out.
leftovers. Yeah.
And then Bill's like, no, we have to eat the leftovers.
Yeah,
Like,
he
eat
knew
all
he
the
was going to
things.
get in trouble with his wife, I think, if he...
Well, it was great. It needed to be eaten.
Yeah, Tom tried to get my kids to eat out. Or my kids tried to get Tom to eat out, I should say. Sorry. So it did not go well. But
okay, so we're going to have to do a fast 5 here because we didn't do it last week, so I really feel like we should.
Do you have one for me? I don't know. I think it might be my turn for you. Okay, what are your 5? It's coming into our core apple season. Woo! Do you like what I did there? That was like
Patterson's Fruit Farm.
Your
Fun
top
Fest opens this weekend, by the way. Saturday is opening day of the Patterson's Fruit Farm.
That's a cute little plug you just did there.
Yes.
What are your top 5 favorite apples?
Okay, so different things. Of course, I like the Honeycrisp, but I feel like sometimes it can
Overrated.
be overrated. So I want you to seasonally apple eat. I want you to eat the apples as they come into season throughout the fall because they have such different flavor components and they're all good for different things. So Honeycrisp, you can't go wrong. There's also one later season apple that's a Fuji and Honeycrisp cross, which is called the Evercrisp.
It's better than Honeycrisp.
I think so too. It's a great crisp apple, so I like that Evercrisp. The third apple I have to say is not going to be popular, but it's a Cortland apple because it is my favorite apple to make applesauce with.
Quick note on the Cortland apple. Tom is very, very allergic to apples. He gets itchy gums when he eats. I thought he was lying for like years about this. And then working at the market one day a couple years ago, a lady that's a doctor told me it is a legitimate allergy. And she said that there was one type of apple that doesn't, it's something with the pH in the apples. Cortland apples do not bother him.
No,
yep. It's a milder apple, so I don't know why.
You can eat a Cortland.
Yep.
So I love that for making applesauce. And then I love the Snapdragon. That's going to be out in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. It's a crisp, tart apple. It's delicious. It's probably hands down, if I had to pick an apple of the fall. And then, of course, we have the Ginger Gold, which is really in season right now. It's delicious. It's sweet with a little bit of crispness and a little tiny bit of tart. And it's just a good apple. So everybody should seasonal apple eat. I want you to try apples as they come into season. There's nothing better than a fresh apple off the tree. So
that's your lesson for the day. Snapdragon are my favorite.
Snapdragons are so good. They're very, like the snap is good because, when you bite into it, I feel like that's what
I love it. A lot of people have never even heard of it.
Until next time, friends.
Have a great week.
We're mismatched.